Hello everyone, in this video we're going to create a graphical user interface for a salary management system developed using VB.NET Visual Basics. So this is a salary management system that allows users to manage salary records for employees. With this system, users can insert new records, update existing files, search for specific records, and even delete records if needed. Now we are going to start by heading to our Visual Studio, click on New Project, and click on Visual Basics, Windows Supports Application, and we're going to change the name of that one, and click on OK. So wait for it to be created, and now we are being faced with a form that looks like this one, so you can resize it and make necessary adjustments to it, such as changing name and all that. And now we're gonna head on to our label, drag and drop it to our form, and change its name as well. So we change the name of our label one to salary information, and we're gonna make some necessary adjustments to it again as well, such as changing the text, color, the font, the size, and all that. We head on to our toolbox again, and we're gonna have to put on labels to our form. We're gonna have plenty of labels to be added in this form. So we're gonna change those labels to salary ID, employee ID, employee name, payment mode, account number, bank, basic salary, bonus, other salary, education, allowance, house rent, medical, and total salary as well. For that one label, we have to change it into insert ID when search. Head on to our toolbox again and look for text box, drag and drop it to our form. So we are gonna use a bunch of text boxes. We are gonna distribute text boxes alongside each of the labels that we have made. And after that, we're gonna add buttons. We're gonna use 4 buttons for this one. So we have 1 for insert, 1 for search, 1 for update, and 1 for delete. So since we are to store these informations, we are going to be needing data storage for this one. So we're going to click on our form. We're going to right click on our form and add new item. We're going to select on service-based database and click on add. Click on next and finish. So now that the database has been added, in our server explorer we can see this. I click on table, add new table, and wait for it to load. And now we are to create a table. So we are gonna input all the corresponding fields. We're gonna designate also each of its data types. So now let's move on to creating code behind the functionality of this system. Now let's dive into the code behind this application and understand how everything works together. First thing you'll notice is our connection to the SQL database using the SQL connection object. So we have event handlers for each button click event, because we have to have a code behind each of these buttons for these to attain this functionality. We're gonna click on each one of them. So we're gonna double click on insert, and we are being directed so we can see the event handler for this one. So inside we are to type our code here. So these will be responsive for storing the info, inserting the infos to the fields that we have on our database table, so that we can store it and manipulate it inside. Next, we're going to click on our search button as well. So these will be responsible for the searching mechanism if ever we had to search a record that has been stored already. We also have the update button. This is responsible for the updating mechanism. We also have the delete button. This is responsible for the deletion. So if we ever had to delete an entry on our records, on our stored records. So now we're gonna try to run the code. So here it is. So we can insert infos to this one. We're gonna have to input all these necessary information to this one. So let's say employee ID, employee name, payment method, account number, bank, basic salary, the bonus, the other salary, education allowance, as well as health or medical. Can insert this info to our database. So as we click on insert, it says record inserted successfully, meaning our record has been inserted successfully. So here, as you can see, the data grid view is now updated. So the information that we have previously inputted has been shown now on our data grid view. Let's say we want to search for that specific record that we have inserted. So we're just gonna have to insert that ID when we want to search. So we have to insert it here on the salary ID part. Let's click on the button which is search. So as we click on the search button, the text boxes was then populated with the data that we have been stored. Now let's say that we want to update something to it. So let's say we have to update the name or the employee ID, or there has been a change to the amount of the bonus. So let's say the salary was updated though, and as we click on update, it says the record updated successfully. So as we click on OK, the data that has been stored on our database table, as we can see on this data grid view, has now been updated. If ever we want to delete a certain record, we have to input the salary ID here, click on delete button, and automatically it will say the record deleted successfully. And as we click on OK, data vanished. So we no longer have those records in our database table, as we can see on the data grid view.